Have you ever heard of a health system that's over 5,000 years old, but is somehow more relevant today than ever? Well, that's exactly what we're diving into. We're talking about Ayurveda, often called the science of life, and we're going to explore how its ancient wisdom gives us this incredible framework for modern health and a long, full life. So let's start with this really powerful idea, which comes from one of Ayurveda's most important texts. This is the core philosophy that everything else is built on. You see, Ayurveda doesn't just want you to be healthy for health's sake. It wants you to live a long time, because that longevity is the key to achieving everything you're meant to do in life. So before we even get into things like herbs or diets, Ayurveda asks a really fundamental question. Why? Why do we even want a long life? And the answer isn't just about sticking around for more years. It's about having enough time on this earth to pursue life's great purposes. Your health is basically the most essential tool you have for that journey. And here they are, the four big aims of life according to this tradition. You've got Dharma, which is all about following your path, Artha, earning a living, Kama, fulfilling your desires, and finally Moksha, achieving that spiritual freedom. The text is crystal clear. To really pursue any of these, you absolutely need a long and healthy life as your foundation. Okay, so now that we know the why, let's get into the how. And this is where we meet the central concept of Ayurveda. We're going to come across a few new terms here, but stick with me, because the core ideas are actually super intuitive. It all boils down to three fundamental energies or principles called the doshas, and understanding them is the first step to really understanding yourself. So let's meet them. There's Vayu, which you'll almost always hear called Vata, then there's Pitta and Kapha. And the main principle here is just beautifully simple. When these three energies are in perfect balance inside you, you've got health. When they get out of balance, maybe one gets too high or too low, that's when the seeds of disease start to grow. First up is Vata, the energy of movement. The best way to think of it is like the wind. It's in charge of absolutely everything that moves in your body. Your breathing, your blood flow, the thoughts firing in your brain, you name it. And its qualities make total sense: dry, light, and cold. Kind of like a crisp autumn day. Then you've got Pitta, the energy of transformation. Now, if Vata is the wind, Pitta is the fire. It's your digestive fire, and get this, it doesn't just digest food, it also digests ideas, information, and experiences. It governs your metabolism and your body temperature. And its qualities are just what you'd expect: hot, sharp, and a little bit oily. And rounding out the trio is Kapha, the energy of structure and lubrication. Think of this as the earth and water elements in your body. It provides substance, stability. It's literally the glue that holds you together, keeping your joints lubricated and your skin moisturized. Its qualities are things like heavy, slow, and smooth. Now, here's where it gets really fascinating. These energies aren't just abstract ideas. They actually have home bases in your body. As you can see, Kapha tends to hang out in the upper body, Pitta in the middle, and Vata down low. And this pattern repeats itself all day long and even during digestion. It's like this internal map for your body, a blueprint for personalized health written thousands of years ago. So the big question is, if these energies can go out of balance, how in the world do we manage them? Well, Ayurveda gives us this incredibly intuitive principle to work with. Like increases like. It's the key to understanding what throws us off, and more importantly, how we can get ourselves back into balance. This is the rule, straight from the source. Anything in your life, food, the weather, an experience, that shares qualities with a dosha will increase that dosha in your body. And on the flip side, anything with opposite qualities will bring it back down. It's this really simple, elegant law of cause and effect. Let's make this super practical. Take dry skin, for example. So say a person has a lot of that airy, dry Vata energy to begin with. Then they go out on a cold, windy day, which is also dry. Well, like increases like, right? So their internal dryness gets cranked up and boom, they get dry skin. The solution? Do the opposite. Apply something oily to counteract the dryness and bring Vata back into harmony. It just makes sense. And this whole idea flows perfectly into one of the most powerful and practical parts of Ayurveda, using your food as your medicine. See, everything we eat and drink has its own unique qualities. And if we understand those qualities, we can literally choose foods that calm down whatever energy is too high and bring us back into balance from the inside out. It even gets as specific as the 6 basic tastes. Each one has a predictable effect on your doshas. So as you can see, sweet, sour, and salty foods will generally calm down that airy Vata. but they might increase the earthy kapha. On the other hand, bitter, pungent, or astringent taste will do the exact opposite. It's basically a roadmap for how to balance your plate. The ancient texts also give a shout out to certain superstar foods. Ghee, or clarified butter, is called the best of all fatty materials. It's praised for being amazing at balancing both vata and pitta, boosting things like memory and intelligence, and even helping to keep you youthful. Cow's milk is another one. It's described as a life promoter and a rejuvenator. It's seen as deeply nourishing, something that strengthens you and helps relieve exhaustion. According to the text, when you have it the right way, it's basically like nectar for the body. And honey, well, it's way more than just a sweetener. In Ayurveda, it's considered powerful medicine. It's said to be good for your eyes, fantastic for balancing kapha, and it has this amazing ability to help cleanse and heal wounds. It's a perfect example of how, in this system, food and medicine are really one and the same. So, we've walked through the doshas, the principle of balance, and the role of food, which brings us to Ayurveda's core definition of health. And it's not some complicated medical definition. Actually, its power is in just how simple and profound it is. Here it is, the big takeaway. Disease is simply an imbalance in your doshas. That's it. And so health is their perfect balance, their equilibrium. You see, it's not just about not having symptoms. It's about being in the state of complete harmonious balance. And this is so important. Health isn't some static goal you reach and then you're done. No, it's a constant, dynamic process. It's a dance between your internal world and the world around you, and it's completely unique to you. Your perfect balance is going to look different from anyone else's. Ultimately, this ancient science gives us a powerful new way to look at our own well-being. It's an invitation to shift our focus, to stop just fighting illness and start actively cultivating our own vibrant, dynamic balance. So I'll just leave you with this question. What is one small thing you can do today to find yours?